shirt sleeve needs to be out by a few millimeters. 3 millimeters to be precise. I am of course being so particular with the finest fabrics that I have. One which I wore to Glenn's marriage because of the very question that I allow myself to ask today. A preposterous question. Is Lexus really luxurious? And I brought you along to answer just that. Meet then, ladies and gentlemen, the most befitting car for our kind of question. And you'll see a lot of people like me around because this very car has been launched in India today for close to 2 crore rupees. The creme de la creme, the flagship of the Lexus range. The car that launched the brand in 1989. The Lexus LS500h. Let's forget the luxury question for a while and ask ourselves a new question. Does the LS500h look beautiful? Well, take a look at it. The styling looks as complex, as beautiful and as busy as a Saturday night on Shibuya Square in downtown Tokyo. But one is not to judge a book by its cover, said the wise men. So let's not dwell too long on the looks and instead find out what's inside this lexicon. Now the comparison of this car with Mercedes S-Class is going to be inevitable. But then throw one glance on the inside and you would know that the differences between the two cars get lost in translation. I say that because the interiors overall seem to look like a Japanese adaptation of a German screenplay. For example, there are no door trims. Instead, you get the Kiroko hand-cut glass. And then there's this origami-derived pleat folding technique, which seems to be put together by thin, skillful fingers. I say that because it can only be put together by a human hand. No machine can do it. And if that's not enough, it's time to get introduced to a word called omotenashi. You're going to forget the word if I don't say it again, so I'll say it again. Omotenashi, which is the Japanese concept of selfless hospitality based on anticipating your needs. So before I get in the car's going to raise itself up by 40 millimeters to match the seat height to my hip, allowing me to get in with the grace of a geisha. What you didn't see is an extension of the omotenashi philosophy, for the seat bolstering when I got onto it opened up for me to take rest and later envelopes you like a celestial lotus. And then there is the soft glow ambient lighting everywhere, reminiscent of traditional Japanese Anton lanterns. It's finally time then now to strap on. But when you are about to do that, you notice an instrument cluster which is an ode to the Lexus supercar. LFA. And then of course you have world's largest HUD display. Time to start the car and get driving. But in a car like this, you wouldn't do that. You would instead sit in the rear seat. Now we all know that the rear seat in the Mercedes S-Class does give you a great massage. But the rear seat experience in the LS500 seems to be the equivalent of spending ~1,000,000 yen at a Japanese relaxation center. Of course, you can stretch your legs out in a very Ottoman fashion. The seat is reclinable, but to a class-leading 48 degrees. And the seat itself comes with 22 adjustability options. And then there are these spot heaters, so that you can have your left butt cheek a couple of degrees warmer than your right butt cheek, if you wished so. All of this while the high-end 23 speakers soothe you with serene chords from the Tokyo Metropolitan Symphony Orchestra. And yes, the car also gets 2 gearboxes and 10 virtual gears. Amidst all this luxury, we can't call luxury yet because we haven't answered our question, but amidst all this jazz, if you notice, we haven't spoken of the engine at all. And that's because the car doesn't get an engine. It gets two electric motors coupled with an engine, which is a 3.5 litre V6 petrol one, churning enough horses and torque to catapult this huge car from 0 to 100 in just about 5 seconds. Time for the question now. Is Lexus really luxurious? I can't tell that yet, because not while the car is standing still like this. And Lexus says that I can't drive one. I think because I'm not dressed luxurious enough. All I can tell you today though is what I've learned. That a Lexus is a rolling exemplar of Japanese craftsmanship, technology and hospitality. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen, in my incomplete, inadequate quest. I am sorry. See you next time. Yeah.
I'm getting it. PDM.
All right, 3, 2, 1, action, run up.